Hi everyone, it's Stamp Ventures with Shauna. Welcome to my video tutorial on this card that I'm going to be making with the birthday cheer bundle. I'm a demonstrator in Canada, and if you have any questions about what I show you here, any of the techniques, or if you're needing a demonstrator to help you get some of the product that I use, just give me a shout. So this is a little pocket card. It's super quick and easy to make, and it really shows off the dies in the birthday cheer bundle. I've been liking this bundle a lot for the birthday cards that I've been making recently. And in case you're wondering where that stamp set and set of dies are from, currently they're in the 2019 Occasions catalog on page 17. So just quickly, here is what I did to make this card. My base is, I'll measure it out here for you, 10.5 inches long. So not quite like the normal size length of paper would be 11 inches. So I took a 1/2 inch off of that. And then it is scored at 5.5 inches. And there you can see that this, oh yeah, I better hold it so that you can, not getting too much of a shadow there. The top edge is a 1/2 inch shorter than the back. And that seemed to work best because that gave me a little bit of clearance at the top of my pocket card. So the next thing that I did is I would have used the dies that came with the set, and I used the one with the presents, but there is also the cupcake die, and that would have looked cute too. I think this is going to be a birthday card for my son though, so I thought the presents might be a little bit more appropriate for him. And I would have run this through the Big Shot, just like that. And a couple tips for you here. Before I ran it through the Big Shot, I rubbed my die on wax paper. I find when there are all these little detailed pieces in it that it's so much easier for them to come out when it's been, it's got a little bit of the waxy backing that makes them slide out a little bit easier. And then the other thing I did was, after I created my sandwich on my Big Shot platform, and this would have been like, say, my top plate, I put another piece of cardstock on top of the top plate just as I was going to run it through the Big Shot. And that was a shim so that I got a little extra pressure, and that also helped to cut out the details in this. And there are a lot of details in these presents, so the shim really helped to get those out. And I also ran it through the Big Shot back and forth a couple of times too. So that's how I got all of those little details cut out, and a nice image that way. So swapping that out, once that was already cut, this is super fast and easy. I just grabbed a stapler, just stapled kind of close to the edge there. And oh, some of this ribbon, I am really in love with this. It's it's reversible, so on one side it's lemon lime twist, and on the other side it's Coastal Cabana. And I think the piece that I've cut here is 14 inches, and I wanted to get contrast for the Coastal Cabana cardstock that I used for the base. So I'm making it so that the lemon lime twist color is showing on the ribbon, except when you do tie it, you get a little bit of the Coastal Cabana showing too. And it's stitched on the edges, so you get a bit of contrast on the edges as well. All right, can I do this today, or are my fingers gonna work? There's the idea. And so that ribbon helps to cover up the staples on the side. Oh, it's really slippery. I'm trying to slide it over and it's super slippery. There we go. And I think I've got some scissors here to trim that a little bit more neatly. So 14 inches is generous. You should be able to get around there and do a knot fairly well. And so then attached to the ribbon is one of these cute little tags. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it because my lighting is maybe not the greatest here today, but it's kind of shiny around the edges. And there's a pin in Coastal Cabana that goes with it. And from that same catalog, just one page back, that's where the sweet pins and tags are. Oh, and that's where that Coastal Cabana and, oh, it's Granny Apple Green. I was thinking that it was Lemon Lime Twist, but Granny Apple Green and Coastal Cabana is the ribbon. That's funny too, because for my layer on the inside of the card, I did use Lemon Lime Twist cardstock. So Lemon Lime Twist is fairly close. You can kind of interchange those two colors, the Granny Apple Green and the Lemon Lime. So this piece of paper, the white that I'm adhering onto this base, the white is 5 inches by 3 3/4, and then the Lemon Lime Twist green it's 1/8 of an inch larger, so that would be, what would that be, 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, I think it is. And you know, I used to not do anything by eighths because I always felt that was too frustrating, but I really like it sometimes when you just have that really thin edge. So I'm getting better at cutting and using eighths in my projects. So I've been learning, and that just slips inside. Oh, I forgot the piece of designer paper. This designer paper, which has the Coastal Cabana color, is actually from the tea set, the tea designer paper in the annual catalog. But you might have other colors, other kinds of designer paper that you could use as well. So I'm just measuring it down here in the corner, and the designer paper measures 4 inches by 2 3/4. And I'm going to need to slide my ribbon up a bit so that I can get this on. There we go. So I'm kind of looking to make the 3 edges, the two side edges and the bottom edge sort of similar. Okay, I feel like I'm going downhill here. Now, I think a lot of you already have seen me do this and know this, and just looking to see if I can find my, oh, of course I can't put my hands on it right now, but if you have dental floss, you can wiggle it under there and that will lift up the paper, and then you can reposition it. We're just going to pretend that I've fixed it up and it's going a little bit straighter. I think it's just downhill a bit, but you've got the idea. And so, yeah, covering up those. And if you wanted, you could put something like glue dots in there too to hold that in place. So now, for the words on this, I switched to a different stamp set. It's this one that's called Happy Birthday, Gorgeous. And there's the happy birthday. But going back to the birthday cheers set, you could also use this one for your birthday. It would fit nicely on this tag as well. So here I've got Coastal Cabana ink, and I'll just ink that up. Happy birthday. And then these cute little dots, they're from the annual catalog. They're sparkly, they're really nice and glittery, and of course this is not doing them justice, but there's Coastal Cabana and, well, it's either Lemon Lime Twist or Granny Apple Green, and I'd have to look in the catalog. Now I'm second guessing myself, but it really goes with either of those greens. This might be Melon Mambo, and here's one of our purples, like Gorgeous Grape. Oh, I picked up a Gorgeous Grape on my thumb. All right, here we go. So I'm going to put a larger enamel dot in the middle, like that, and then 2 smaller ones. And what I really need for this is my take your pick tool. That will make picking these up so much better, because sometimes when I just go to pick them up with my fingernails, I pick up the dot, but the adhesive gets left behind. So I'm going to slide the whole thing, or I'm going to try to slide the whole thing onto my spatula. This one's not being very cooperative. So 1 big, 2 little, just to get a little bit of a, I think the sizes that I'm using are slightly different than my sample one, but that's okay. That gets me using all of my dots. And then I can pin that on this, undoes just like that. And can attach it to my card and do it up that way. So there you go. There's an idea for the birthday cheer bundle, and there's lots of other ideas out there too. Check them out on Pinterest and whatnot. And like I said, if you have any questions, leave me a comment, and if I can help you in any way, I'll do what I can. And I thanks so much for watching today. Have a great day. Bye for now.